Hey guys, good morning. Dave Santarelli here from BreakingChartAlerts.com. Obviously, you guys know there's a hurricane coming through here, so had a little bit of issues with the streaming service and with the internet this morning. Maybe it was E-Trade, not sure, but we're up, we're going. Markets are climbing nicely, guys, off of that Pfizer news. The vaccine's 90% effective, which is amazing. So it's partially that and partially because we're going to have somewhat, normalcy coming back here after the election now. So if we take a look at SPY quick, I'm looking at Qs here. I'm looking and thinking about doing a swing trade this week on Qs. Qs are only up. NASDAQ's only up 143 points while the Dow is up about 1,300, about 4.5%, and NASDAQ's up 1.25. So I'm watching that. Amazon's getting a nice climb here as well. Take a look at Amazon. Amazon's continuing to climb here, looking good. Was down 78 points. It's climbing off those lows. I really like the looks of this Amazon chart here. We came all the way down this morning on Amazon to 31.12. Got a nice bounce climbing that, and you can see on the today 1 minute chart, first few candles, big drop there, and steadily climbing here. So let's take a look at Qs now. It's Monday, so, be ready for some type of movement. I want to see if we're going to have that double top here for this morning. And if we can break above that double top here, I definitely might be getting some Qs here for this week's expo. I like that setup. I'm watching Amazon. I'm watching Google. I'm watching Facebook. I'm watching the airlines here. Facebook's starting to look good here, climbing off those lows here as well. Bank of America up 9% today. Tilray's up another 16% today, team. Remember, we were trading that pretty heavily on Friday. Nice climb on Tilray. Shares up over 16% once again. Thinking about doing something with Amazon here. Let's take a look at the option chain for Amazon. It's probably pretty pricey, but I like that setup. I like that chart. So let's see, Amazon November 13th. That's going to be quite expensive there. Shares of Disney are up over 12% today. You guys see Disney? Unbelievable. I'm looking at Disney on my other chart over here. Today, 1 minute pulled back from the highs this morning. Love that setup. I like what Qs are doing here as well. You can see right now we want to see Qs hold that 50, and we want to see it hold that 20 here, start that climb, and then we want to see that climb above that resistance area and break through new highs here. That's what we're looking for right now with Qs. Avilio, who's that with? E-Trade? Let's see if Q's could hold that 20 here. 20 and 50. I'm watching Amazon on top here too, along with Facebook, Tilray. If I see any of these start to move, I'm probably going to make a trade on them. I'm watching Google over to the right as well. That's holding the 50 SMA right now in a today 1 minute. Guys, a lot of brokerage firms are saying are having problems this morning. Not holding that 50 right yet. Watching Facebook continue to pull back a little bit here. Tilray's holding up pretty steadily. Google's still holding that 50 here. I'm watching that. I'm looking for a good day trade or a swing trade here we could make. Let's go on the watch list here, see what we could find. Looking for something really steadily moving here we could do some day trading with. Let's see, link 1. There's something going on with these brokerage accounts. There we go. Now it's letting me do what I want to do here. Let's see, Amazon just coming back below that 20 SMA. Avilio, good luck trying to get hold of them. They'll be scattered today. Guys, remember the Tesla trade we still have? That one's really looking great here. Tesla shares up over 4% again. We bought that way out of the money vertical spread, and look at Tesla's finally starting to take off nicely. I think that's going to be a heck of a trade, reaching that 500 resistance that we've been talking about.
Coming up at 10, you see the Employment Trends Index for October. AAPL bolted on
Love to do another
Pfizer
trade
after
on
top
Tesla or
predictor
Tilray.
Oscar 48.58.
Intel's still on the climb. Remember that hook pattern we were talking about with Intel? Anyone jump in when we did that class on Intel? 48 should be an easy target. Should have got in earlier though. Google's starting to climb here on it today, 1 minute. I think I'm going to pick up a contract of the 1800 strike call on Google for the November 20th expo.
Repeated to highlight research, commitment, and bleeding disorders and personalized care at American Society of Rheumatology meeting. 10 per kilo.
Disney's starting its climb again. Facebook's climbing from the lows here. Let's see, Facebook. I think I'm going to jump into a Facebook trade here. I love trading Facebook. November 20th. Let's see here. See what Qs are doing. Make sure Qs are looking good here.
That Merrill Lynch, Fidelity, Schwab having issues. Another trade.
Guys, they're reporting all the brokerage accounts are having issues. All the large brokerage firms online.
Jefferies upgrades U.S. equities.
Let's see, 280 and 290. I'll get 2 contracts in the trade challenge account. Let's see if we could get this open. There we go. Team, I am in Facebook, November 20th, 290 call. Got filled at order status 720 a contract.
APVL, Activo shares resumed trading after a circuit breaker halt, trading now up about 98%, well off the earlier highs. APVL.
I already got a quick $100 gain in the trade challenge account on that Facebook trade. I think that one's going to continue a nice run here. Would like to see that turn green by the end of today.
So guys, obviously extremely hopeful morning this morning, but a lot of questions remain outstanding here. This is just the top line essentially saying it works, 90% effective, looks safe, but there's a lot more data that experts want to see, including the breakdown of efficacy by severity. Does this keep people out of the hospital? Does it prevent
WHO senior advisor Bruce Airwood says could it be in a position to fundamentally change direction of crisis with vaccine rollout by March?
The Biden COVID task force. He's at the University of Minnesota, a longtime public health expert. He's saying he needs to see more data on those things to really know how big of a game changer this will be. Of course, we also don't know
Quick $140 gain already on the Facebook trade.
virus, a brand new vaccine technology. So they're going to monitor the people in this trial for 2 years in order to see how long that protection lasts. Also, guys, of course, questions about how many people will take this vaccine. As of course they're ramping up supply and making it more available into 2021, we have seen that there is vaccine hesitancy, people concerned about how fast this process went. So how quickly we all reach herd immunity is dependent on people being willing to get vaccinated. Interestingly, check out how different vaccine stocks are reacting this morning. Moderna up 8%. They have a similar technology, messenger RNA, in their COVID-19 vaccine. We should see data from them within the next few weeks. J&J up almost 5%. We should see their data on their COVID-19 vaccine, which is a different technology, potentially by the end of the year. AstraZeneca's down a little bit. They were sort of neck and neck in the lead for a while, then they were paused.
Watching the Qs. Qs are coming to the day's high, 298. Struggling at that 298. I want to see Qs break 298. Have that next run. Here comes a 1020 cross on Facebook now.
Perhaps as folks think that this means that those drugs won't be used as much, that is probably not the case. We need all tools, all hands on deck to be able to get through this pandemic. This is just the beginning, but folks saying a light at the end of the tunnel, guys.
Hey, Meg, in Washington, there are two things that are currently being evaluated. The first is when this potentially could get authorization. I spoke to a senior official this morning who said the administration's view is sometime in early December for potential emergency use authorization, with the shots starting to be administered around that time, but also pointing to this interesting piece of data that Pfizer was expected to report.
Good luck, Kevin.
Study when it encountered 32 positive COVID cases, but instead the company chose to wait a little bit longer to make the data more airtight, but it also pushed the timeline.
Amazon's still on the climb there. Nice climb up to the 50 SMA on Amazon. Watching that for a possible run, because if Amazon starts to take off, that's going to be an easy, quick trade we can make. Amazon's down about 90 points.
Not least because Pfizer CEO kept saying they would have data by the end of October. And so then we heard from President Trump he expected to have data by a very special day, a vaccine by election day. That didn't happen, and it made Wall Street at least think that this vaccine wasn't as effective because they expected to see that interim look if the vaccine did work really well. Now, what we understand happened is that
There goes Tilray taking off.
with the FDA about whether to take that first look once they saw 32 infections.
WHO's Airwood says we could fundamentally change the direction of the pandemic by March.
Regardless of when they found out the vaccine worked, because they needed the safety follow, they decided to wait until they had more cases in the trial to take that interim look and see if the vaccine worked. So we did talk with Albert Bourla about any sort of political implications of the timing here, and he said it was completely based on science. They had thought they might get it last week of October, they got it a week later, and that's what he says guided things here, but certainly so many political questions. And as for your reporting on the timing of potential emergency,
There goes Amazon climbing again.
what I've heard from experts as well.
See Facebook here holding that 20. Q's just came down to the 10 on it today. 1 minute. I'm watching that over to the right over here.
And then we hope to get more of the full data set to see publicly as well, so we get a sense of how well this works and for whom. And then they'll go through that process of the emergency use authorization. And then they'll go through the hard process of figuring out who should get it and how.
Yeah,
It's a long road.
Nick, yes, David, that was my question. I mean, obviously, by the way, going from 32 to 94 cases, I guess, is reflective of how much COVID is
Russia's
I know this is all guesswork, but can you give us any sense or who we should at least
health
listen
ministry
to? Can you give us
spokesperson
a sense of
says
who?
the Sputnik V or 5 vaccine more than 90% effective,
Let the advisory agencies that decide, who should be prioritized for the
citing
vaccine,
non-trial data.
put out there. But it's expected that, healthcare workers would potentially be first in line, other first responders, people at high risk of severe disease like the elderly, people with other underlying conditions. And then as far as the pace of us getting more supply of this vaccine, we'll have to hear from the company how quickly they think they can, ramp up this manufacturing. Orla saying this morning, they're running at full capacity, but they're looking for new ways to think outside the box and get more of this made. Asaf,
There goes Facebook on the climb again. Qs are holding that 10 right now.
of next year would be a time when, folks have really
Nice quick gain on our Facebook trade already. Amazon's taking off though. I'm thinking about jumping into an Amazon trade as well here. I'm just giving it a little bit of time.
J&J, AstraZeneca,
I want to break that 32.50 on Amazon for me to enter. About 26 points away from it right now.
successful to be able to allow everybody in the world who wants to get vaccinated to get vaccinated.
Yeah, Meg, WHO officials on the wires as we speak, and does put a date on it to some degree, says we could be in a position to change the direction of the crisis with the vaccine rollout by March of 2021. So I guess we're going to start processing various months of the year as we get more officials weighing in.
That's great. That's earlier than I thought. Maybe.
Walmart looks good. Walmart just needs a little bit more time. I like the candle today. I like how it looks. Looking good.
Thank you. Meg Turner.
Might add to it.
With us on the Pfizer news today. Get back to stocks this morning. David Zergos joins us this morning at Jefferies, Chief Markets.
Looking at Walmart right here if you're watching me on video. Here's the Walmart chart. 145.70 a share.
David, looking at a note out of Deutsche's FX desk, their line is at least, the news is at least
There goes Facebook on the climb again.
scenario could have hoped for. Would you go that far?
I think that's look, it is. I mean, I'm no vaccine expert. I think all of us are really trusting science and looking at the science, but it seems to have surprised the smartest guys out there, so it should surprise us too. And I think we're seeing that in the markets. This is a big turn. As you were saying, Carl, in the earlier segment, timing matters. Is it January? Is it March? Is it June? These are all important, but the big point is
CGC, Canopy Growth,
and I'll tell you something, Carl.
CEO says in ready-to-drink category in Ontario, company's market share was around 70%
Move with stocks in a
in
different
Ontario.
correlation pattern. Something being highlighted for
Charlie
clients.
Goff, Charlie.
When you get a real recovery, the dollar tends to go up when stocks go up as people start expecting higher real returns on capital in the economy, as opposed to the Fed being the driver and driving real rates down and the dollar weakening, and that pushes stocks up. So that handoff from the Fed to the real economy, you can see it through the currency markets, and it's a really interesting feature of what we're seeing. The Amazon markets hold well. I think that's an important thing to watch today. Very encouraging that we're really turning
That is fascinating as we're looking at it on the chart while you talk, David. Lee, if it is in fact a handoff, when does Powell start to vocalize it?
things that people have talked about. Clearly, this is great news, but there's still questions. What does the distribution of this vaccine look like?
Come on, Amazon. Let's take off there. 32.30.
David mentioned
Canopy Growth CEO Klein says in recreational market in Canada gained market share by 200 basis points, 15.5% in Q2 versus Q1. That's CGC.
That's nice news for CGC. Let me take a look at that quick. The other chart.
most big what if, clearly the outcome of the presidential election here in the United States. But then to hear this morning, 90% effectiveness on this.
Nice climb on Facebook, guys.
Big sign relief for people clearly here in the United States, but also around the world.
Hey, Dave, you have to wonder about the psychological.
Quick 10% gain already on Facebook.
Even if it is a matter of 6-ish months before this starts to be rolled out in a major way. I mean, do you think that people will start planning weddings, vacations, travel for next year because there will be an expectation that some of these restrictions will be lifted and normal life will start to at least somewhat resume?
I do. I think
AT&T, iHeart Media, and Christian Industries announced major new sales and production partnerships.
Nice $200 gain already on our Facebook trade team. We're at 825. We paid 720. 8.25. Divide that by 7.2. We're already up 15% on Facebook.
Portfolio and have some client phone calls. One of the things that I'm candidly very happy about was back in March when things just got obliterated. Hotels,
Guys, Amazon's really breaking out here.
a lot of clients that said, listen, we don't know what this thing looks like in the short term, but if you believe that a year from now, 2 years from now, that we get back on airplanes, stay in hotels, or take cruises again, you'll be really happy to go ahead and pick up a lot of this stuff while it's on the cheap. Some of the things, if you had gold as a hedge,
Efren, maybe Trump gave it to him.
really happy about what's
Listen to the phone call.
couple months, now might be the time to go ahead and get rid of that gold hedge. For some folk that were excited about stocks like Peloton and that sort of thing,
It was a perfect call.
so good this morning. What is that real dynamic with those things that have benefited
Guys, Amazon is looking amazing right here.
and just begin to comb through that portfolio? And if you took some hedges in your portfolio and say, hey, listen, I want to make this trade on what was a short-term situation, albeit a big short-term or undetermined length of time for us to deal with. You might want to take a look at your portfolio and start to make some.
There goes Amazon taking off again. 32.49.
When clients ask about timing here,
32.50.
selling winners year end, how confident do you have to be about next year to say I'm going to hold on to these things through the end of December?
Well, a lot of that goes to
Let's see.
what account did you buy it in. So
Let's look at some other ones here.
talking about people that bought it in their taxable accounts, then you got to take a look at everything in your portfolio because it's likely that you've got some winners and losers.
Amazon looks beautiful.
You've got a lot of mutual
Nice run from 3,200 to 3,250 on that crossover.
portfolios and looking at the expected distribution that you
Look at Microsoft taking off here. Nice 1.8% gain on Microsoft. At the highs of the day on Microsoft team.
we got a big bump today.
Love that chart setup. Should be an easy 232, 233 target on Microsoft. Qs are climbing. There goes Amazon again.
Looking really solid for the summer of 2021. So
I think Amazon's going to turn green by the end of today.
I'd be inclined to recommend my clients to hold on for a while longer.
Lee, David, an historic day, as you said, all morning long. We appreciate
I think we'll probably see Facebook green by the end of the day as well. We're already up a nice 15% on our Amazon or our Facebook trade here. I'm thinking about making an Amazon trade.
in a big way. The Dow up
I'd like to do an in-the-money vertical spread on Amazon. If you take a look at a 3-month daily chart here, I think we can capture that, 32.95, 3,300 vertical spread for the November 20th Expo as a paycheck trade. I think that could be a heck of a paycheck trade there on Amazon. Amazon's at the highs of the day. There goes Amazon again. Another nice climb on Amazon.
And
There goes Facebook. Guys, we're up almost $300 on our Facebook trade right now.
AMD Big Navi GPUs are coming to Tesla. That from Tech Radar. Shares of AMD popping here at E637.
24/7 support, we can need answers, plus some of the lowest options and futures contract prices around. Don't get mad. Get E-Trade. Start trading today.
That article was out earlier being circulated now from Tech Radar on AMD from Michael Zelda.
Comprehensive estate plan can cost over $1,000, but you could start by just doing a basic will online for less than $100. Bottom line is you gotta do it. It's such an important thing that you can actually control.
Take charge of your financial wellness. At CNBC
Shares of Apple at the intraday high now, 121.76 AAPL.
There goes Facebook again, team. %19 gain on Facebook. There we go, guys. $300 gain on our Facebook trade. Small Facebook trade.
Report Ukrainian president testing positive for
Boy, it's the
COVID-19.
best news we've had all year. Vaccine has always been critical, as I said on CNBC back in January. This is the key to getting control over this virus. And the very best news is that Pfizer is reporting 90% efficacy. I was concerned that the FDA set the efficacy standard at 50%, which is the same as flu vaccines, but I wasn't sure Americans would be confident to resume normal lives. But at 90%, this is truly great news for the world. And I think we should give great credit to the Trump administration for initiating this Operation Warp Speed to really speed this up, particularly with the concurrent manufacturing, so that Pfizer could go into production early, working with BioNTech, and go into production early and get this set up. They've given them a contract for 1.95 billion and 100 million doses. And so I think this will be a great start. Obviously, be a lot more than that. The economics will be there. And the other thing they've said is that this vaccine will be free to all Americans. So that's very
The administration has been, the White House has been forecasting 100 million doses available by the end of the year. That is
I think we could easily see 293 here.
as many as 100 million doses. So that's as many
Quick run to 293, even maybe 295 by the end of today.
additional 650 million people next year. But obviously, Bill, the global population is.
I think NASDAQ's ready to run now.
How do you expect that this, the availability of this vaccine will be allocated to global populations and certain risk groups?
Well, that's got to be done by each country, and I know Pfizer has contracts not just with the United States, but contracts with the European Union, with Canada, and the United Kingdom, and Japan. But I think within the United States, the equitable distribution will be key. We've got to get the healthcare workers and those that are frontline people on the job. They're the ones most at risk. And I think we will do that. I feel confident that that will be done. Yes, it'll be a while. But this will not be the last vaccine approved. Moderna is coming along very well with a similar technology, this mRNA technology, similar to what Pfizer has. And so that is very important. And I have word from various medical people that that looks very good as well. So if Moderna has a vaccine that not only can be approved, but also has high efficacy. And right behind that will be J&J and AstraZeneca. Probably not.
Let's see what's going on that news wire that's beeping here. Apple shares are trading higher amid upbeat market sentiment following positive vaccine news from Pfizer, which has lifted U.S. megacap stocks for the session. Google shares are trading higher amid upbeat market sentiment. Okay, so they're just basically saying the same thing there on each of those.
Both the FDA and its independent review board to ensure that it is safe, and efficacious. And they're going to look at the data. We've seen no data at this point. But I doubt a quality company like Pfizer would be releasing this kind of information if they didn't have a fair amount of confidence in the data and using figures like 90%.
Yeah, I guess the question, Bill, is whether or not, we went through a period in March and April where PPE, to use one example, was sort of a wedge between countries and between states.
And I own NEO, the intraday highs now on NEO, up about 5% for the November Oscar.
Well, I think it will be. And
Ontario reporting its second highest daily total of new coronavirus cases with 1,242.
very good people on that force, and I think they're going to work hard to ensure equitable distribution. I think the key, though, is with the virus raging and hitting 100,000.
There goes Amazon taking off again, team. Amazon's holding that 10.
Almost out of control.
It's trying to break that resistance from that 1020 candle.
Wait until January 21st to move. I think the key
Nice
now is
move on
the Trump
Facebook here.
administration officials and the Biden administration officials on this task force work together to get things set up to move forward. And can we get the governors and local health officials in line? We can't wait for another 90 days.
Q's are still on the climb, looking good.
With getting the virus under control, because the PPE they're running out. I heard Minnesota got a huge number of ICU beds. We're down to a very small number. I mean, this is a big concern. So this game's not over. We've got a long way to go.
Far from over, of course. Should point out, by the way, Pfizer did not take federal money to help its R&D, unlike a number of other big pharmaceutical companies.
There's a big run there on Facebook.
MCD, McDonald's USA president, says goal is to strengthen our credibility in chicken.
President-elect Biden is putting together, or in the wherever. What would you say?
That's Michael Charlie Delta.
To make sure this thing gets distributed as quickly as possible.
I'd have a risk assessment.
Shares of McDonald's.
Nice climb on Facebook, team.
219, 27. Hit a high of $230.61 in the pre-market volume there. Earnings report shares now up about 1.25% on McDonald's.
Surgery. So the healthcare workers have got to be first priority. And then all the people that are in direct contact with the public, like, we underestimated the importance of people that work in grocery stores and all these places that have to be in direct contact. I would give them next priority. And but again, I think we want to have more than one vaccine, because that will ease the supply. Because I know J&J in particular, they're a bit behind on the R&D side, but when they get approved, they've got huge manufacturing capability. So that's important. But again, I think it's what's going to happen in the next 70 days. Will there be collaboration and cooperation? We're in the middle of lawsuits and a lot of other things right now. Meanwhile, the professionals have to work together, and I think the coronavirus task force, which organized under Vice President Pence, needs to be reinvigorated, and Dr. Fauci and Birx need to step up and give them the opportunity to work with us. They know all these people. I mean, people like Mike Costco from Minnesota, these are fantastic people that are on the Biden task force. So they're not like their political enemies. They're all professionals.
And the coronavirus task force is expected to meet today at the White House. We will see what, if anything, they report out. For now, Bill George, former CEO of Medtronic, CNBC contributor, thank you for your time. Also, Carl, I want to quickly clarify the number that we mentioned earlier. Up to 50 million doses of this vaccine will be made available by Pfizer by the end of this year. That means up to 25 million people can get this because it is a 2-dose treatment. Carl?
All right. Kayla, thanks for that. We'll take a break here. Obviously, we're well off the session highs for the Dow. That was about 1,600 points. Take a look at some of the Dow gainers. It's kind of a nice cross-section of all the beneficiaries of this news today. Consumer and Amex, travel and leisure, Boeing and Disney, oil, Chevron, the industrial economy for Dow. As you can see, first record high for the Dow in about 9 months. Don't go away.
It's easier to keep your eye on the future when you have financial advice from a personal financial advisor who's as focused on you as they are on the markets. Ameriprise Financial.
Knightsville came on, reporting for duty.
ZM Zoom. FTC says requires Zoom to enhance security practices as part of a settlement. That's Zoom and
Avilio. AMD's looking pretty good, holding that 10 still.
Still software brand for occasional constipation.
Nice setup there on AMD.
Shares of Zoom now off the lows 418.51, down about 16%. Zoom falling after the reports of the positive vaccine news from Pfizer and BioNTech. Zoom shares now at 418.99 down, 81.39 Zulu Michael.
Qs are taking off again here, team.
Here's your CNBC News updated this hour. Tropical storm Eta has flooded parts of South Florida. Some areas there are getting more than 6 inches of rain. A flood watch is in effect in South Florida until tomorrow. Pfizer's vaccine news comes as the U.S. approaches 10 million confirmed cases, and hospitals in more states are feeling the strain from rising outbreaks. Utah's governor has announced a new state of emergency to help stop health resources from being stretched too thin.
Because scientists and medical experts overwhelmingly recommend masks as an effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. I am placing the entire state of Utah under a mask mandate until further notice.
And President-elect Joe Biden has named the members of his coronavirus task force, and among them is Rick Bright, a virus expert who filed a whistleblower complaint alleging he was moved to a lesser job after refusing to allow widespread use of a malaria drug to treat COVID-19. You are up to date. That's the news update this hour. Kayla, I'll send it back to you.
Nice job, Sky Jack.
All right, thanks so much, Sue. As we await official election results,
90%, 93% gain on Neo, huh?
President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris,
Nice.
armed with a projected 290 electoral votes, are setting to work on their transition. Meeting with a COVID task force announced earlier this morning that Sue just mentioned, co-chaired by 2 academic doctors and the Obama administration Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, who was ousted early in President Trump's term. Some other familiar names: Dr. Zeke Emanuel, who advised on health policy during the ACA rollout, and as Sue just mentioned, Dr. Rick Bright, former vaccine chief for the Trump administration, who filed that whistleblower complaint earlier this year. The press pool is rolling to an event where we expect to see the president-elect and the vice president-elect today, but they are releasing a lengthy statement in response to Pfizer's what they're calling excellent news today, congratulating the scientists and the 44,000 participants, but noting, quote, America is still losing over 1,000 people a day from COVID-19, and that number is rising.
CGC canopy growth. Some guidance. The CFO says now expect full year capex to be in the range of $200 to $245 million. Expect net Q3 net Canadian revenue to recreational revenue to be to improve sequentially at CGC.
Amazon's still on the climb here, team. Amazon really looks like it's going to turn green by the end of the day, as I think the rest of these tech stocks are as well. There goes Amazon taking off again. Qs are on the climb. What a move on Amazon. You guys watching Amazon? Nice climb there.
Keep up the fight, even as outside political advisors encourage Trump to concede. Those efforts so far have been unsuccessful. David?
Thanks, Kayla. That was a good rundown. We will, by the way, speak to one of those task force members next hour, Dr. Michael Osterholm. In the meantime, let's turn back to the economy. Glenn Hubbard, former Council of Economic Advisors Chairman under George W. Bush, joins us.
Gotta love those spreads, Ray.
Council of Economic Advisors Chairman under Barack Obama, who's also the president, by the way. Guys, thanks to you both. Mr.
De Blasio saying New York City coming dangerously close to a second wave.
As much this morning, given the deluge of news related to the vaccine, which is what we see coming in for the Biden administration and the composition of Congress. What is your likelihood in terms of a scenario under which we get some sort of relief plan for those businesses that are still suffering, as, by the way, COVID cases continue to rise, even with the prospect of a vaccine on the horizon?
Well, I think two parts to your question here. One, the virus recovery itself will be critical. That's why the vaccine is such good news to markets, to the economy, to all of us. But second, yes, we do need a relief plan. We still have many, many Americans without center on aid to states. It could center on unemployment insurance and further assistance for businesses as they retool for the economy that awaits us. I'm pretty optimistic that that will happen once the new Congress is seated.
What kind of a number do you expect? I mean, I know we can't put numbers on it, but there's an expectation that there is going to be a newfound fiscal austerity.
All right, guys, I just sold Facebook 850.
Amongst what is likely to still be a Republican Party control of the Senate. Hence, any number would be less than perhaps had been anticipated previously.
Well, I think partly it's about a number, but partly it's about what you do with that number. So I think if one started with $1 trillion and really focused in the areas that I mentioned, you could make real progress. The Federal Reserve also has loan schools and its Main Street lending facilities.
That's a nice little day trade there for Facebook.
The higher number would be more advisable.
Probably jump back in that soon. Want to watch Amazon now.
Battleground states for the last 8+ months, and one thing that we've seen in recent weeks is a deterioration.
Ray, I got breaking news for you. Your Charles Schwab that you're showing in the trade room. Breaking news. Schwab says users are encountering issues and errors with brokerage website.
Negative comments regarding McDonald's, BYND, Bravo Yankee November Delta. Shares selling off here sharply now for Beyond Meat.
And as President-elect Biden says he's going to be a unifier, he is going to represent people who voted for him and people who did not vote for him. How do you
McDonald's
change the mindset
developing
of
its
all
own
these people who will not get a vaccine if that is truly what the trajectory of
product
the
called
economy is
McPlant.
dependent on?
Let's see. Ephraim says Beyond. Ephraim, why aren't you at the park?
BYND dropping here.
Wow, look at Beyond. Guys, Beyond's going to drop big here on that news. BYND puts.
Saying to people of both parties, if we were to discover a vaccine, would you take it? I think that's completely.
Wow, they're insanely expensive. Insanely expensive.
Responders and
I'll stay away from that right now.
So Beyond Meat dropping to 150.05 and now
Halted.
still trading here 150.05.
Is it halted?
On Beyond Meat.
willing to get the vaccine will massively go up.
And
And the thing to remember, if a vaccine is 90% effective, you don't need to get 100% of people.
still not halted yet.
For that to
McDonald's says expects to launch plant-based product line called Plant at their investor conference.
prominent people on both parties and prominent celebrities and people like
There's Beyond Meat getting a
Guys, so McDonald's is making their own fake burgers, I guess. They don't need Beyond anymore. That's why Beyond's pulling back. No more fake meat from Beyond at McDonald's.
And now Beyond Meat continuing the sell-off here.
You're probably
Beyond
not surprised to hear that this
Meat reporting after the close today.
They're going for $10 a contracts for the 150 strike put for this week's Expo and Beyond. That's insane. That really might continue to pull back, though. That's one to keep an eye on for sure.
my experience is it's pretty important, and especially at a time of crisis like the one we're in or like we were in 2008.
Charles Schwab
You got to have people on the
confirming
ground.
some issues now. Says clients may have difficulty logging in, working to resolve this issue as quickly as possible. That is a tweet from
Very, very negative.
Schwab.
I hope they revisit that decision soon. Guys, a little tight on time. Always appreciate having
There goes Beyond dropping here again. Let's see what else.
Continuing our discussion of what the news today on a vaccine means for the economy, let's bring in our senior economics reporter, Steve Leisman. Steve, everything pretty much hinges on this, and we've been saying this for a while.
Beyond Meat shares now halted on a circuit breaker.
There we go. They're halted now.
The lows 148.55. Bravo Yankee November Delta.
But it's possible for things to get worse before they get better, and we're thinking about that widespread vaccine distribution. It's still many months away. There's nothing to relieve the interim of a raging virus in the U.S. But by the way, cases have gone parabolic, according to how many economists look at the graphs right now. That could mean in the interim more lockdowns, especially with the incoming Biden administration, that would seem to favor them businesses also suffer from voluntary decisions of consumers to avoid high-risk forms of economic activity. And by the way, the premium for avoiding that actually goes up with the virus. And there were already, by the way, substantial questions, as you were talking about whether additional stimulus is coming. Glenn Hubbard alluded to this. We've recovered 9 million of the 10 million jobs lost since February. Some of those jobs could come back sooner if the layoffs were anticipating a longer decline. And some businesses, especially the small and mid-sized ones, well, they may not make it through that, so they will. At the same time, the virus could limit optimism and bring forward orders for events and travel into next spring and summer. That coupled with an economy that has indeed recovered faster than expected. You got that in the unemployment numbers. But the vaccine news, many economists less likely to support that phase 4 relief bill, even while Fed officials have
CGIX, Cancer Genetics, Charlie Golf India X-ray with a 13D filing out now. Charlie Golf India X-ray, CGIX.
We're up 1,000 points, a little bit more than that on the Dow, obviously off the session highs. You can imagine the volume today that's led to some reports of outages at online brokerages.
Five more special situations fund with a
Hey, Carl, a lot of these online brokers are seeing major headwinds this morning.
3.82% stake
Vanguard and
in
TD Ameritrade.
CGIX, Charlie Golf India X-ray.
TD saying that they're seeing login issues.
CGIX.
The browser, though, now appears to be working. Rep from Charles Schwab also tweeting out that people are having difficulty logging on and that hold times are longer than usual. Vanguard saying something similar on Twitter. We're also seeing Fidelity and Robinhood users reporting some similar impact this morning, but some users are still able to place some trades. Not great timing, though, for traders, of course, to get left on the sidelines.
Shares of Cancer Genetics off the highs, $2.35, up 13 cents. CGIX.
Kate, thank you very much for that. In the meantime, some of this year's worst performing retailers are among the groups getting a very big boost today. Take a look at names like Ross Stores.
Macy's up 16% today.
Nordstrom up double digits. We've got the 10-year, 96 basis points, steepest curve since March.
You guys remember that AEO trade we had? Oh man, oh man. Wish we held on to that.
It's easier to keep your eye on the future when you have financial advice from a personal financial advisor who stays focused on you as they are in the markets. Ameriprise Financial.
At Leaf Filter, we're on a never-ending journey to end good-acquainted.
Might be jumping into another Facebook trade here, team.
Way too clogged, Melissa. Leaf Filter, the nation's #1 rated gutter protection system, will keep you safe and protect your home. We guarantee you'll never have to clean those nasty gutters again. Everybody okay with that? I sure can. Call or go online for your free gutter inspection and estimate. Act now and save 15% off your purchase.
McDonald says the plant-based brand is being developed in-house. That's Michael Charlie Delta.
Dates before we go out in person. Ready to start something great? Try Match.
Ray, take that $1 million out and run. Take that $1.1 million out.
Beyond Meat.
Go to the Cayman Islands.
Corona's 148, 55 off the back.
The first
Those
annual
headlines.
Workforce Executive Council Summit, November 12th. Critical insights for leading HR executives, redefining how we work in the midst of uncertainty. Lessons learned from top leaders, overseeing a changing and evolving workforce. Fresh strategies for leading a big crisis, moving your business and your people forward. To attend this virtual event on November 12th, apply for membership now at CNBC.
Alrighty, guys, I just made a new trade on Facebook.
Bravo Yankee November Delta.
Just made another trade. I got the Facebook November 20th, 290 calls. I'm in at 8.10.
148.
We have another execution here on Facebook, team. Facebook November 20th, 290 strike calls. We are in at 8.10. And that's for the trade challenge account there. I'm gonna hold that one. That one's gonna be a good swing trade. Unless we get up to like 295 today, you know, I'm just gonna be holding on to that one. Our target on that, Ephraim, is gonna be, let's say 305 target on Facebook, November 20th. We'll have our stop at 285.
Walk on the street, I'm Dominic Chu. Markets are in rally mode on the heels of that big Pfizer vaccine news. Every single sector of the S&P 500 behind me is in positive territory. But we want to hone in on one of the moves in the energy sector, which is leading the entire S&P 500 this morning. Within that energy sector, there are several massive moves in the big oil and gas companies. You've got Valero Energy, Holly Frontier, National Oil Varco, for example, all up more than 20% in today's session. One of the ETFs that tracks that sector, the ticker XL, the Spider Energy ETF, is also up double-digit percentage points. Now, these stocks are being helped along by a surge in oil prices, which of course has been under pressure in recent weeks and months amid concerns over a virus resurgence and its negative impact on demand. Today's vaccine news could alleviate some of those concerns, sending those U.S. benchmark prices above $40 a barrel to the highest level since October. So keep an eye on those numbers. The highest levels for energy. Walk on the street comes back after this.
Is sponsored by Sector Spider ETFs. Some economic forces
Like how it's holding that support pretty well.
influential, they can affect the performance of all financial companies. So why choose an individual financial stock? The Financial Sector Spider ETF offers the diversification of the entire financial sector of the S&P 500 while reducing single stock risk. The Financial Sector Spider, the next chapter in investing. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Go to sectorspiders.com for prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully.
So, what's your plan for retirement? See the world? See the grandkids? Keep doing what you love? However you plan to retire, you need to be prepared. Do you have a financial plan? Do you have a tax strategy? How much of your portfolio can afford to grow? Learn more about these and 96 other retirement topics coming your way in this free guide from Fisher Investments.
Q's pulling back a little bit here, bringing tech with it. Take a look at Q's today, 1 minute.
Our free guide shows you how to make your retirement more secure, even in volatile times like these. Call 1-800-710-8600. We'll also send you a timely bonus for a world upended by uncertainty. Fisher's 2020 stock market outlook shows you where we believe this market is going and why. Get anything you need right now. Call for your two free guides, 1-800-710-8600.
Don't just retire. Retire well.
CNBC's Evolve Summit, November 10th. Transforming companies for the future. Innovative leaders, iconic brands. How to embrace change in an age of disruption. Register now at cnbcevents.com/evolve. I created
Q's pulling back sharply here. CGC and Tilray are taking off right now, guys. I'm watching Canopy
FCB,
Growth and
McDonald's,
True Leaf here,
SLB,
and Tilray.
Plant Burger, going back to September 2019. Shares of Beyond Meat now off the lows.
What a wild morning since the Pfizer announcement. Note the change at 6:45 a.m. We were up as much as 1610 on the Dow this morning. High for the session, still in record territory, but now hovering just below the 4% mark, up about 1,100 points. This is the timeline of how things shook out this morning, Kayla. It has been an historic morning of news.
senior fellow at the Global
Wonder when they're going to be releasing that vaccine. If it's still going to be the end of the year or not.
associate professor at Johns
I'm really thinking about making another trade here, guys, on Tilray.
Prashant, I'll start with you.
Canopy growth is looking great here too.
This moment in time, and how ready is it for mass deployment of this vaccine?
So the good thing is that we've been working on this.
Let's see, what's Tesla doing over here?
Just and have been working at this scenario for at least a few months now. So we have at least
441 on Tesla.
when we think about infrastructure and
Not too shabby.
I tend to think too much on physical infrastructure, which is do we have the fridges, do we have the planes and trucks in place? But I think what will be important and in my opinion very crucial is also to understand do we have the information infrastructure in place? Do we have the right precision of forecasts coming from the states of how much they need, what needs to be shipped to them? And then secondly, what will be our distribution plan and is that being communicated appropriately all the way up to the supply chain?
Tinglong, ostensibly, the fact that Pfizer and BioNTech are out in front of this and not in a crowded field with many other vaccines potentially being approved and authorized around the same time, that would allow a seemingly smoother distribution schedule. How will that work?
Well, I feel like the fact that Pfizer is getting so close, that just makes things easier. Because part of the challenge in manufacturing and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines come from having such a crowded field for candidates. Because we wanted to manufacture and also assemble vaccines before they got approved. We simply did not have enough vials to hold all the vaccines. When you think about having almost 200 candidates. Now, when you think about the possibility that distribution and also healthcare professionals have to deal with multiple type of vaccines, you just complicate things and make mistakes more likely to happen. Now, with news like this, we feel like we have a narrowing field, and so it's first easier to keep track of who received which vaccine, and so the challenge is much lesser compared to before.
So, Prashant, given the limited number of vials and freezer farms, does that mean that Pfizer and BioNTech will have a lock on some of those resources, whereas companies like Novavax and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson will have to fight for some of those resources?
So what we've got to keep in mind is that in the equilibrium, we may end up benefiting from having more than one vaccine. Yes, there is a shortage of many ancillary supplies, keep critical input materials such as what Thinglong is referring to. But I think most of the leading candidates have worked out those details. They have sourced enough vials. They have sourced other auxiliary supplies that are needed. I think the real challenge will come in the second phase. So the first phase of distribution, which is targeted to a small segment of the population, I think most of the developers have enough supplies. When we reach to the second phase and the more
That's a tough one there, Eduardo. It's still in BDM.
it's not going to be a question of who's able to negotiate contracts with glass vial manufacturers or other things that are needed for the longer term. And
I
that's
wouldn't go long that just yet. Not until she breaks that 175.
has some advantage, but that's when the market is operating without
Now on a 1 year chart, you know, if you wanted to go long bowing,
both the
Italy reporting 25,271
Not bad.
new coronavirus cases versus 32,000.
there goes Amazon. Let's see what Amazon does. It just climbed up to that 10 on it today, 1 minute. See if it fails at that 10 again.
we will hopefully have a good redistribution of supplies. And I guess the bigger question still remains freezer farms and cold chain equipment. Are we going to get ready for a state where
McDonald's says expects some markets around the world will test McPlant in 2021.
continue working with the assumption that we'll only have a few of those and then everyone else will just keep it in a specialized container or a box? That's again a scenario that can work for a short term or maybe an intermediate term distribution plan, but is not a scenario we can work with if we're talking
Canada says will buy more doses of Pfizer vaccine if it proves successful and becomes more widely available. That according to Prime Minister Trudeau. APVO, Alpha Papa Victor Oscar, price target raised
All right, well, Tinglong, with all the things that Prashant just introduced,
$264 at
give us the sense, the
you cannot
Roth and at
think the
Ladenburg.
vaccine will be broadly available to the U.S.
That's
population.
Alpha Papa
We can
Victor
expect to
Oscar.
see very large numbers of people getting that vaccine.
Well, I think at the current stage, the priority is still with healthcare workers because we have to protect them before they can go ahead and protect the rest of us. And so for the rest
Shares
of
of
us,
Aptivo
there
currently
has a lot to do
at
with
$46,
demonstrating
up
our capacity.
about
For example,
94% on
the
APVO.
Sinovac, it's hard.
Looks like Amazon wants to start to climb again here. I like the formation it has here for the past 6 minutes.
Tariffs will hit all Boeing models at a tariff of 15%. That's Bravo Alpha, Boeing.
Part of the reason, I feel so optimistic is because there will be a lot of manufacturing distribution challenges since as early as April 2020. That's when the vaccine development is still early in its infancy stage. If you think about April 2nd, that's 3 weeks after the WHO has implemented the pandemic, you can demonstrate to one of the saving candidates of the coronavirus vaccines. Because we have been worried about so many things, so many challenges, I feel like by being so sure. Yes, by being worried about so many things, and we now have solid foundation to get it done. So to answer your question, I feel like by second half
There we go. Facebook's starting its climb now again. Qs are taking off. Looking good. I might be adding to Facebook. Might be doing an Amazon trade by the end of today in the afternoon trader session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
We're going to close out this hour with some news out of McDonald's announcing at last their own line of plant-based meat called McPlant on an investor conference call today. Shares of Beyond Meat are down on that news. And of course, you can tune in tomorrow for our exclusive with the CEO of McDonald's, Chris Kempczinski. We'll talk a lot about that, pricing, volume growth, and more. In the meantime, Dow's up 1,100 points and Squaw Valley starts on the other side of this break.
This year could use some cheer. Salvage this season with Yuletide tested gear. Only at Duluth Trading. Your dream requires Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance.
TENX, 10X Therapeutics getting some volume. Shares getting a pop to the highs. $1.05. Tango Echo.
Only pay for what you need.
The market is full of disruption, but a strategic investing approach can prepare you for what's ahead and give you the confidence to harness opportunity and manage risk. What should the priority be?
We think it's really critical to make sure that you continue to focus on your long-term goals.
Nice climb there on Facebook, guys. Facebook trade's almost in the green now. Nice breakout.
Go beyond disruption to invest in opportunity with T. Rowe Price.
Your house is your future. Protected from unexpected expenses. Leaf Filter prevents damage to your home and keeps loved ones safe. Because at Leaf Filter, your safety is our priority. You're at home and see things that need work. But gutter cleaning is dangerous.
Nice climb here.
You don't have to climb a ladder to clean your gutters. Protect your home and your future. Call us at 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit getleaffilter.com for a free estimate.
Watching Boeing shares as hearing EU official has said all Boeing models will see a 15% tariff. Wow.
UAL, United Airlines, says adding more than 1,400 domestic flights during the week of Thanksgiving.
There goes our Facebook trade team in the green.
In December, intent to fly.
Nice breakout here, guys.
Schedule compared to December 2019. Expects to fly 48% of overall schedule in December versus 2019, adding more than 140 daily flights. That's UAL, United.
To check out One Flight's badge. The badge makes searching and booking private jets as simple as booking a hotel. Just type in your location and find the closest airport. Then choose from over 4,000 jets in 1 place. When I land, there's always a car waiting for me. Courtesy of One Flight. What's your time zone badge?
Chinese hot boxes breakfast with
I think the short sellers were covering their shorts there, Avilio. That's why we see that big spike this morning, along with the positive news. I think it's a combination of both there.
Well, this news that Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech spoke about
Short squeeze and positive data coming out.
really providing some hope for a lot of folks.
Guys, wow, it's after 11 already. That's going to do it for us here this morning. Nice Monday morning. Already locked in one nice gain there on our Facebook trade. Looking for that to continue to climb here. This afternoon, we're going to be looking at Amazon, Google for a possible out of the money or a slight in the money vertical call spread for a paycheck trade. So I want you guys be ready in the afternoon session there for that paycheck trade. If you guys aren't joining us or you guys aren't with us yet, you guys could come to breakingchartalerts.com. Go to www.breakingchartalerts.com and get signed up here. Just here's our homepage here. You guys could click on Join Now. Membership pricing plans. You guys could click Join Now down here. Go to membership pricing plans, and you can see we have memberships as low as $125 a month. No commitment there. So come join us. And if you guys have any questions, use the messenger down here. Click on that, and you guys could shoot us a message, and we'll get right back to you. But if you guys want to join us in the live afternoon session, either the Pro Trader or Elite Trader, you get the live morning trading, live afternoon trading session, Elite Pro Trader, you're going to save $500 on the year, and then you also get our advanced classes as well. And then Trader gets the beginner classes, Pro Trader gets the beginner and intermediate classes, Elite Pro Trader gets all three levels there. So come join us, guys. And then once you join us, go to Live Trade Room under Live Trading tab. Come join us in the trade room, and then you'll have all your access to your live morning, live afternoon class signups right here. So come join us, guys, and I will see you guys again at 2. We'll be in the trade room for now. So hope everyone has a great day. Nice start to the week. I think we're going to continue to see a nice breakout here. Excited to see where we can get this trade challenge here this week. Already almost at $7,000 now. We started with 2,500, 7,000, divide that by 2,500. We're up about 180% on our trade challenge account already. Looking good, guys. I will see you guys soon. Guys, obviously you guys know there's a hurricane coming, so if there's any problems with the internet, that's what it is, but I don't see it happening again here. But that's what the issue was this morning. So I'll see you guys again at 2 o'clock. Have a great day. Stay safe. God bless. And great start to the